Hey, Jorgen, Jonathan Ramlakan, 5 Reasons Sports. You started off your career undefeated. You took a few losses. Now you're looking for your fourth win in a row. What did you feel like you were able to learn in those losses to maybe get that second start in your career?
Yeah, I thought I got to the big league too early. Was 4-0. I was still learning. I was really after like 16 months. I was already in the UFC, and all those losses. I was just talking right now about those. Uh, I played safe. I fight to not lose, and end up losing the fight. Now I'm different. Now I'm taking risks. I'm fighting to entertain the fan. They're gonna be kill or be killed all my fights now. So I'm gonna have good time every time I step in the cage.
Now you talk about kind of going for it versus playing it safe. How is it different preparing for a PFL season format versus just one fight?
Very different, man. I just switched 3 opponents in the last couple weeks. Now I have different one. PFL, you have to focus on yourself. Focus on get better. Focus on become a better fighter overall, because you have a date and a location, but you never know who you're gonna fight. That's what
Awesome.
the way I'm looking at.
Appreciate your time, man, and good luck when it comes this Friday.
Thank you, bro.
Hey. Hey, Jorgen, this is Dave with Fight Bananas. We just actually just had you on Fight Bananas on Matty Levine's show, and I would love your first take. I know you were training with Ross. He had a killer performance for Karate Combat in the main event. Did you see it? And how pumped were you that he got it to keep that momentum going?
I saw. I did a last sparring session with him like a week before he flew to Miami. It was brutal. That guy is when it comes to striker, I think he's the best striker I ever trained with. It was phenomenal. Work the body and then go up. And guys like that give me confidence. When I see him go down there and do his thing, I feel more confident.
Wow, that's awesome. You kind of just mentioned it with the different opponents. I know you got a tough fight, and every fight's a tough fight in front of you. But is there a little, honestly, disappointment that you're not fighting the defending champion, the main guy, the one that you maybe had to go through to win it all and receive $1 million? Are you a tad disappointed that he's not fighting you on Friday night?
Yes, I was definitely disappointed, because to me, this was my PFL debut, and also I was fighting for the belt. That was my mindset. I'm fighting the champion. I'm fighting for the belt. And I had already everything figured out. After I get it done, I will say, as far as I know, I was the PFL new heavyweight champion. But, it is what it is. Everything, I think God's have a plan, and everything, in the end, everything going to work out. In the end of the year, I will be the PFL heavyweight champion.
Wow. Jorgen, appreciate your time. You're one of the good guys in the business, man. Great skill on Friday.
Thank you very much, man.
Jake.
Hey, Jorgen, great to talk to you. Jake Noacker here from the Scrap News. Making your PFL debut, what are you most excited for?
Man, I can't wait to get there. It's been already 12 long weeks. I want to introduce myself to the fans and to PFL that when they announce that I'm on the card, there always will be a great fight, knockouts. I don't mind being the other end of the of the punch, but I'm gonna force everybody who signed to fight me. They will have to fight.
And what's going to mean more to you, $1 million or the title?
Man, $1 million is definitely something else.
It's a lot of money right there, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
And last question for me, man. Being your first fight back here in Vegas since the UFC, are you excited to be back in the fight capital of the world? Any ill feelings there at all?
Yes, I love Vegas. I have great memories here. I do lost fight here, but I did won my Contender Series fight here. I have really great memories. I live here. Like I spent 6 weeks here getting ready for one of the UFC fights. I have really great memories in Vegas, and I can't wait for Friday night.
I can't wait either, man. Thank you so much, and best of luck.
Thank you, Ron.
Eddie.
Hey, Jorgen, Eddie Law from K-Side Press. It seems to be, man, you just can't keep the same opponent in front of you, dude. They keep sending these new guys at you. When you heard about this latest one, Danilo Marquez, what was the first thought in your mind?
I say, okay, they will be with me all the time. PFL, my manager, nobody have to worry about. PFL can give me a new guy tomorrow on my way to the arena. I would say yes, because I think fighters should fight. I think if you sign with PFL, you fight it for $1 million. You're in the tournament, which is we don't have many options, 10 fighters. you should be able to fight anyone at any moment. And with me, I know people say they want to fight anyone at any moment, but then when the time comes, they don't do it. With me, it's a guarantee. My manager know he have the green light to say yes at all the time. So they give me a new name yesterday. I say okay.
So the smoke from anybody that calls.
Sorry.
So you'll take the smoke from anybody that calls.
Anybody, because to me, fight is simple. My game plan is always the same: is defend, take down, and knock them out. So it doesn't change.
Gotcha. And last one for me. You are very much, you kind of divide your time, it seems like, between fighting, training, and spending a lot of time with your daughter. What kind of inspiration is she to you to get in there, and get the job done?
Yeah, my daughter is my everything. When she born in 2014, my life changed. I see life different. I have someone to look at me, so I have to set an example. I can't quit. So when my daughter's around, I know I can't quit. Even if things get tough, I know I have to push forward because she's seeing, she's been watching me. So she's my everything. She's my motivation. I do everything I do for her.
All right. Well, from one father to another, man, best of luck.
Thank you, man.
Patrick. Hey, Yorgan, this is Pat McCoy from Combat Sports UK. How you doing today?
Good, very good, my brother.
Great to hear. It was a different opponent than originally scheduled. You were supposed to fight the defending champion. Will you have the same game plan going into this different matchup?
I had a game plan for Ante. Then we switched it up a little bit for Gotsov because Gotsov was tall. He don't shoot double leg. It was all about outside trip. And he had a great jab and better striker. And then we got Danilo, which is shoot a lot of single leg and is really, really good jiu-jitsu, high level. He's notorious for put people to sleep. But I mean, all the fights start standing, and good luck taking me down.
I'd love to hear that. So you mentioned keeping the fight standing. Is that where you see your biggest advantages in this fight then?
Absolutely, man. I respect mixed martial arts. He's a BJJ black belt. I am a blue belt. I'm not playing that game. I know he's really good on the ground. He put a lot of people to sleep by take his back and put to sleep. So he definitely have the advantage of that. I'm not delusional. I'm gonna keep the fight standing. I want to make him. I want to see if he can take my hammers here.
And one last question for me. In your last fight, maybe didn't have the ending anyone really wanted with the dislocated shoulder. If you did take any lessons from that fight, what were they?
Yeah, it was a great experience, man. Fight Junior Dos Santos was different. We failed in the game plan. We thought we were about to box with him. He come up totally different. So he showed me that as a level on this game. He was a champion for a reason, and he gave me something to work on. So I went back home and I worked. But he also gave me a little confidence that I know I went with him 3 rounds. I was there to fight. I never show up to lose fights. I show up always to win. So it was a great experience. Know that I can hang with one of the best to ever do it.
Great to hear, man, and good luck on your fight.
Thank you, man.
Yorgan, Anik Subramanian, Fightbook MMA. You're here smiling, spreading good vibes. Excited. You look excited to fight. What makes you this optimistic? And is there anyone that influenced being such a positive person in the sport?
No, man, I tell people all the time, people around me, kids in the gym, I'm a fighter by choice. I choose to be a fighter. Nobody forced me to be a fighter. So you should have been miserable in the fight week. That's my choice. I love fighting. I know how to fight. So nothing changed Friday. I know whatever my opponent is going to bring in the table. I'm ready for it. I put in the work. I'm ready and I'm enjoying it. I'm privileged. I get to do what I love and same time make some money to feed my family. So what else, man? I'm just grateful.
Awesome, man. I'm really excited to see you fight. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you, man.
Joshan.
Hey, Jose Montesino from Lucha Libre Online. How are you?
Very good, my friend.
So we've been seeing for the last couple of years that people are saying that PFL is not as elite at UFC. But when UFC fighters come to the PFL, they normally get surprised by the amount of talent and great fighters that are there. How do you see the PFL competition, the platform, and the company?
I love PFL, and I think there's a very wrong statement. PFL have really, really good fighters. because when you have a small pool of fighters, they all should be good. So there's 10 in my division. There's 10 heavyweights. I respect all of them. I think they're all very good. I'm not coming from UFC right now. I'm coming for Eagle FC, and I want to break that course. So when it come Friday, I want to go down there and win and break that course. The UFC guys come here and see different things. But I love PFL. I think it's full of talent, and I'm blessed to be here.
Thank you.
Curtis.
Hey, Jorgen, this is Curtis Calhoun here with MMA News. Good to talk to you again, man. Do you kind of see this as an opportunity to really prove that you're the man to beat at heavyweight with Ante pulling out, Dennis Goltsov pulling out? Do you kind of see this as an opportunity to really, prove a point that you're the top contender?
Absolutely, man. I think we should set our first fight of the season is the one we're going to set the pace for the rest. I always say my goal was fight Ante and kick in the front door and show the guys, hey, I'm not one more guy. I'm here to stay. But I mean, we have different opponents, but my goal is the same. I want to go down there and win impressive and let people know that they better be watching because I'm coming for everything.
You've always been a guy that likes to stay active too. How happy are you with the fact that when you're fighting ahead of time next and not having to worry about, when am I fighting next, who am I fighting and all that?
I love the format, man. I think this is going to be great for me because always after the fight, I normally take time off and get and pull some extra weight and do a lot of bad decisions. So now I know after the fight, I have to go straight to the gym, get better. And then the financial part too. If you're going to fight every 2 months, that means you have a check every 2 months. Less worry about that. So I love PFL. I hope I can end my career here in PFL.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lorenzo.
Hi, Jorgen. Thanks for taking the time for us. This is your first season in the PFL. It's known that the PFL season format is fast-paced, especially for those that advance in the tournament. I'm wondering, did that affect at all how you approached your training heading into this fight and heading into this 2023 season?
Yes, we change a couple of things. Less sparring. I love sparring. I like to spar twice a week, but we already put that to the side. So now I have to drill a lot of drills, a lot of heavy drills, a lot of conditioning. And most important, you got to stay healthy and make it to the fight. Because it doesn't matter if you're favorite or not. If you can make it to the fight, you don't win, you're gonna left behind. So I want to stay healthy. I know how to fight already. It's about tuning in a couple of things and stay in shape.
Aside from obvious injuries that may or may not happen throughout the course of a fight or of a season, the fact that you might have, X amount of fights coming up this year, does that also affect how heavy you train looking for a stoppage in these fights? Because, I would assume it's counterproductive to take every fight into the third round, right? If you got 3 or 4 fights in a season.
Yeah, I never really. I always think I'm going to finish fights in the first round, first minute. That's my goal. I don't really want to do 3 rounds, man. I don't get paid by the hours. I want to try to finish really quick. My goal is first round all my fights. So that's going to be my goal.
Thanks, Jorgen. I'm excited to see your PFL debut. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Any last questions for Jorgen before we let him go? Going once.
Jorgen, where are we going after you win?
Can I say that in the game?
Let's go.
We're going places.
Awesome.